My nephew accidentally broke my expensive glasses. My sister-in-law blamed me for it.
Yeah, you shouldn't have bought them in the first place.
This is why I got contacts.
My glasses. I can't see without my glasses.
So, for a quick backstory, I've been with my husband for 4 years and I love him dearly. His family can be interesting. They're really snippy with each other and they fight a lot. By the way, this comes from Kid Broke My Glasses. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to r/OKStorytime subreddit. So, my sister-in-law is not always the nicest person, but I think a lot of it is because she has 5 children. She works and her husband doesn't help her much. So she's always tired.
Aww.
Also, I make less than $30,000 a year and don't have the best health insurance, but I depend on my glasses because my vision is so bad. So I always invest in them. I just got this pair of glasses last month and spent about $400 on them. So the problem, one of my nephews is severely autistic. He's not verbal, he still wears diapers, and he can be prone to fits of rage and frustration. I am not the best with children either, which compounds the problem with me. However, he has recently been enrolled in a special needs school that seems to be helping him, and I've learned how to understand him somewhat. We are visiting for Christmas, and just last night, the autistic nephew crawled in my lap and started grabbing at my face. This is how he gets people's attention, and you're supposed to hold his shoulders to show you're listening / paying attention. But before I could reach down and grab his shoulders, he yanked my glasses off in his hands and the frames right off. I mean, he squeezed them in half in his hands and the bridge snapped.
Oh.
Here's what gets me. I didn't grab his shoulders then because I was so shocked, so he started squealing and getting frustrated. And his mother, who had been sitting across from me the entire time watching, asked, "What the heck is your problem?" and took him off my lap. I told her my problem was that I couldn't see, and she just grunted, "You have an extra pair," and walked away. I know it's totally fair to expect her to pay for the glasses, especially since I need a new pair every year, and my extra pair will work. It's just a degree or 2 lower than my current one. I cannot afford another $400 pair of glasses now, and I think it's pretty crappy that I'm getting blamed for her kid breaking my stuff. But he has special needs, and she is stretched so thin financially and emotionally, so I have a hard time figuring out how to ask her to pay for them. I'm honestly afraid that if I ask for the money, she'll take it out on my husband, or my husband and I won't be invited back for the holidays. As difficult as his family can be, they are still his family and he loves them, and so do I. So what's the best way to ask without burning all of our bridges, or should I just it up and pay for them myself? Edit, effing hell, rip my inbox. Edit 2, one lens is totally broken. The other is scratched beyond repair. I'm sorry, I should have said that. I don't think I was very clear with my eye doctor when I called because I was in a panic, so I will try updating again. And there is another update. First, I want to thank everybody for their input and perspectives. You all were very helpful. I want to give a special thank you to the people with children with disabilities who mentioned their own experiences and explain that even though their children have special needs, they as parents are still responsible for what they break. Yes, parents can use their child's disability as a way to shrug off responsibility. I needed to hear that. Next, I want to explain a little about why I can't just buy glasses online and feel safe, and I hope I don't sound condescending. My better eye is -9.5, and my other eye is -14, and I have an astigmatism. Oh my God, you're blind. That is an intense, that's like literally you're blind.
Bro, you got some thick lenses.
That's,
I know that for
wow.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense why you can't order them online, because that's like a very, wow. I will probably be legally blind in the one eye within the next decade because it is getting so bad so quickly. And so I think from what I've learned, it's without glasses, that's legally blind. But then if you have glasses at a certain point, you just become legally blind because contacts and glasses don't work at a certain point. In other words, my eyes are almost worthless without correction. I need my glasses to be perfect, so I trust experts to handle the issue for me. There was even a time when they called me and said they had to send the new glasses back because they got them, checked them, and noticed they were off. I drive, cook, handle heavy equipment, and sometimes watch children, so I need my vision to be spot on. I truly appreciate the recommendations for websites, but from my personal experiences and from what experts have told me, it is not a good idea for somebody with eyes like mine. I contacted the eye doctor again this morning and asked about my glasses. They confirmed that I would have to pay for the new lenses, but my frames were under warranty. That's good. They'll give me 25% off the lenses I had before, and will also order up a second pair in discontinued frames with more basic lenses. No transition, lower high index level, so on. For emergencies, and I would have the second pair for free. Today, my husband spoke to his sister. He told her that Andrew broke my brand new glasses, and because Andrew is her child, She is responsible for the damage, just as she would be if one of the other kids broke a neighbor's window. He said he realized she doesn't really care about my broken glasses and she assumed my older pair is just as good. He told her that's not how it works. I am blind without them and I need the most up-to-date prescription to see properly and not get headaches. And I feel you because whenever I wear the wrong prescription, even if it's just a little bit off, I have the worst headache all day. Sister-in-law said it wasn't her fault because Andrew is autistic and my husband got upset and told her she can't keep using that excuse every time Andrew breaks something. He also pointed out that we've heard from other parents who said they would pay for any damage their autistic child caused. Thanks, Reddit. And she got super pissed that he'd mentioned it to somebody else. She kept repeating that it wasn't her fault, I was careless, and then she claimed I just don't like her kids and I never help out anyway. That is ridiculous. Well, I do not live very close to my sister-in-law. I help her when I'm in town every other month or so. I watch her 5 children several days a week. That includes her autistic son, Andrew, who needs diapers changed, will scream for hours on end, rewatches the same loud part of a movie over and over and over until he's distracted with something else, and sometimes has to be coerced under a therapy blanket, and so on. I love him, and he clearly loves me. He has even developed a home sign for me, and the other kids call me Noni. I'm not asking for a medal or martyrdom. I'm simply pointing out that I do try to help her with these kids. Them all very well. At that point, my husband was really frustrated and asked my sister-in-law what she thought was fair. Sister-in-law said I should buy my own effing glasses for my stupid eyes, her words, and just take them off when I'm around her kids. I had already told my husband that I was not okay with this option because it hurts to try and function without my glasses. And because autistic children usually don't like change and Andrew views my glasses as part of my face, he has never seen me without them except for the time he broke them. He also told her the kids will no longer be allowed to sit in my lap. I will have them sit beside me instead when they want to be read to or want to share a plate of food. My husband repeated that she was responsible, then made her the offer that I suggested. She could pay for half. So $150 after the 25% discount. And she could do it in installments if that was easier. He told her this was me being generous and that if it were him, he'd require the full amount. Sister-in-law said she had the money but didn't want to pay me because I'm a 4-eyed lying witch who doesn't need my glasses as much as I say I do. I hate this woman. I hate this woman. I think she just hates people who wear glasses. At the end of the day, I think like she just has like weird vendetta against people who wear glasses.
Yeah, also I understand how you hate people sometimes. The way that is making it so difficult for me is the mom being in the mom's shoes. She has 5 kids.
Yeah.
One of them is autistic. Husband doesn't help out much. She's probably just trying to get by, asking the sister for help. I'm just trying to see where she's coming from.
Oh,
where she's like in such a disarray and trying to keep up with everything. I don't like her attitude towards this.
That's the thing.
But is this a survival? Is she coming out of a survival thing? Like, I can't help you pay for this because I need to pay and help out with my own kids.
I'm sure she is, but there are so many better ways to say that. Like she could say, I don't have the money. I'm so sorry. I will, when I have that money, I will help you. Right now, I can't.
Yeah, coming from a place of pride.
If she had come from, but yeah, it's this pride and anger and not willing to admit that she just can't do it. So she's going to attack the person who's asking. My husband told her tough crap, and now I'm sitting here with an envelope with 3 50s in it. By the way, you guys can also listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app and search up OK Storytime. And there is a little bit more to this story. We're staying with my mother-in-law who came in an hour ago and mentioned that sister-in-law called her in a huff and insisted I'll never be allowed to watch her kids again. Husband and I just looked at each other and knew that threat wasn't going to hold firm, and sure enough, husband just got a text asking if we can watch the kids for a few hours on Monday. She's not talking to me and will probably be cold on Christmas, but I get the feeling she'll get over it. She better.
Oh, absolutely.
Or if she ever tries to talk to you, just take off your glasses and be like, I don't want to look at you. But that is the end of that story.